no man suddenly becomes different than his cherished thoughts and habits, and that's something that's a line Frank Reich used to always say to me. That Jalen, just because the moment's big doesn't mean, and what he means by that is just because the moment's big doesn't mean he's going to all of a sudden change who he's been for the past 3 years that he's been in Philadelphia, right? He's going to have that same demeanor. You just don't all of a sudden change, right? Just because the situation changes, and we've made that's what we think as a team. And I know Jalen, that's just that he's going to be locked in, and he's going to work and prepare every day to be ready for this game. Yeah, we feel like he's continuing to get better. I'll let him answer, how he feels, but we felt like he came out good, and then he can answer how sore he is after this game. But played a good game. We got through healthy, not only Jalen but the rest of the team, and yeah. So we're excited, obviously, about the health of our football team right now. When you compare something like that, you're thinking about, right. I mean, Michael Jordan's the best basketball player of all time, and I get arguments back and forth with our players. I think, in my opinion, right, because my height of watching I'm not trying to start a debate here or anything like that, but in my opinion, my height of watching basketball and who I always wanted to be as a kid growing up was Michael Jordan. And so, I don't think I'm going to get many arguments that he's the best basketball player of all time. But the things that, Michael Jordan, you were able to see a lot of things about him in that the Last Dance thing, about his competitiveness and about his just desire and will to win. And so when you make that comparison, you think, again, when you guys asked me about Jalen, the first thing as good as he's played this year, right, as well as he's run the football, as well as he's thrown the football, reading defenses, accurate throws, as well as he's done all that what you notice first about him is his will to win, his competitive drive. And so that comparison is kind of in that aspect of it. Was I around Michael Jordan? No, but I was able to watch from afar when I was a kid, but then also you're able to watch these documentaries and you see that common denominator of those things. The first thing you asked me about Jalen, I always talk about is all those things, all the intangibles that he has. Yeah. He was going through a little something with his body that that was hurting him. We feel like he'll be ready to go this week, but he was hurting in that game, and so that's why he wasn't in the game. As far as what the first part of that question is, of course he's always going to want the ball. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Just about the frustration in your conversation with him.
Of course he's going to always want the ball. He's a really good player, and no one, not really anybody in the pass game really got a lot of targets or a lot of opportunities, and because we were running the ball so well. But that's what you want from your receivers, to want to have the football. There's part of the reason why receivers are good is because they want and crave the football. They want the ball to change the game. But make no mistake about it. He was thrilled that we won the football game. Always wants to be involved, obviously, in the plan. He blocked his butt off. You could see, you see how excited he was when he had that he sprang that block for Devontae's touchdown. So but obviously he's really excited and celebrating in the locker room with all of us after the win. Just that he's a winner, and that obviously I always follow Iowa State in their program because I have so many college teammates and roommates that coach there, and so that was always. I mean, since Matt became the head coach at Iowa State, I've always followed them and obviously stay in touch with Matt. But you saw what he did for that program, right? Matt's obviously a great head coach, but he got a great quarterback in Brock Purdy, and you saw what he did for that program, and all the things he did for I checked the score. Purdy had an awesome game, and they won again, and that's what I noticed, with him, that he's a winner, and you always are studying, good coaches, whether that is, what makes them go as far as mentally, or as far as their scheme, or as just a coach. The relationships, all the other stuff about coaching, and obviously with him, he's always been a guy that has a great reputation in the NFL, and he is a great offensive coordinator, great offensive mind.